It's time for the Nathan Brown Show, live from Walk-On's Sports Bistreaux in Conway on 106.7 Buzz 2.
Bears looking to double pass here. Kylan James, with time, has an opportunity downfield. Caught! Gerard Barnes is off to the races. 20, 10, 5. The Bears are the best in America at the running back pass for touchdowns.
Over the next hour, Coach Brown and Bears broadcaster Justin Acri will recap previous games, highlight outstanding performances, and look ahead to what's next for Central Arkansas football.
Returnable from the 17. Richmond across the 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. He's got one man to beat. He's down the sideline. He's into the end zone for the second time this year.
The Nathan Brown Show is presented by Walk-On Sports Bistreaux in Conway and broadcasted live at their location at 955 South Amity Road. And also brought to you in part by HD Roofing and Construction, Highland Dairy, La Quinta Inn and Suites Conway, Moix RV, and Fairfield Inn and Suites.
They're going to bring some pressure, it looks like. They're going to hand it off. The Bears go off the right side. And there he goes. Tail at midfield, 40, 35-30, slips a tackle, 25-20, 10, 5, pylon, and yes, touchdown, Central Arkansas. Darius Hale.
Now let's head to Walk-Ons and join Nathan Brown and Justin Acri.
Looks like it could be go to the airtime, and it is. He does get good protection this time. Looks, nowhere to go, throws late. In the end zone, it is caught for a touchdown, Miles Butler, for the third time this season. All right, that is the start, and the Bears end up rolling after falling behind at the very beginning, knocking off Abilene Christian 52-17, and it was a lot of fun over at Estes Stadium on Saturday, Coach Brown, and congratulations. Your team is finally starting to get a little bit of love nationally. You guys sneak into the top 25 with a big opportunity this week at Southern Utah. Good start, obviously, into conference play, too, so it ramps up the importance of that game as well.
Yeah, I was actually talking about it today to a group that it's an odd feeling to be going to, Southern Utah and playing a conference game. I mean, so this is almost has the feel of a non-conference or a money game or something like that. So, obviously you play to win every week, but the intensity is obviously always different in conference play. And, Southern Utah is a good team, and they've been battle tested. I'm sure we'll talk about that more, but it's going to be a difficult trip, but hopefully we can ride the momentum of a great game last week and putting it all together. I thought in all three phases, probably our most complete game to date this year. So it's exciting, but again, we got to stay hungry. We got to look, the key in the games like this and after a big win like that is, are you improving off a win like that? Not just off losses, but off wins. Are we going to continue to improve? And that's what this week of practice is going to tell us.
Well, let's talk about some of the keys to the victory the other day. And, again, let's start with the atmosphere. I mean, it was a great crowd, I thought, on hand. And, again, I think everybody understood the importance of a good start. And, look, this is an Abilene Christian team that had a lot of success and had a lot of things to be concerned about coming in. I mean, I was certainly anticipating a Bear win. I thought you guys would find a way to get it done. I did not expect a dominating performance like you guys got. What concerned you the most about them coming into the game?
Well, I knew, one, if you looked at Coach Patterson's track record since he's been at Abilene, this is going into year 2. He only had 4 FCS losses in his tenure there, and all 4 were by 7 points or less. So what does that tell me? Well, they're a well-coached team. They've been outgained. They may have been outplayed, but they always found a way to make a 4-quarter game in those losses and obviously the wins. So I knew it was going to be difficult. I knew it was going to take a great effort. I knew we were going to have to be detailed and really, take advantage of being at home. And that's what we did. I mean, we won the turnover battle 2-0, won the third down battle percentage-wise, and really controlled the line of scrimmage. If you look at obviously the rushing totals, that's going to win a lot of games. I mean, you don't anticipate it being that lopsided, but when you hold a team to 50 or less yards in the rushing game, and then obviously we rushed for I don't even know the number, over 300 yards on our side, you're going to win most games doing that. And then we were able to really roll it out at the end and to beat a team like that's that talented. Look, they're big, they're strong. We're probably not going to play another team in our conference that looks like them. EKU could look close to them just with some of their transfers, but man, they were transferred up and they looked the part, and we just played good team ball to win that game.
I thought, obviously, it's interesting. Coach Fodio's here tonight, and I don't want to suck up to him too much, but I will say the longer the first half went on, you guys seemed to kind of ramp up. and they seemed to, whether it was get tired or you guys, obviously had more success as the half wore on. And then I saw the same thing in the second half. They came out ready to play, and then as the game wore on, you guys wore them down.
Yeah, well, and that's one thing I was most pleased about, that maybe we've shown a maturity this year as opposed to maybe last year, where we go down 7-0. We didn't get down. We just kept fighting. We take it down right down and score, make it 7-7. Then they take it right back down and make it 10-7. This looks like one of those nights where it's going to be okay. This may be a back and forth battle, and then our defense comes up with a huge, probably the game play of the game. Buck Cobb gets the ball out of the hands of the quarterback. It rolls in the end zone, and Jake Goldday goes and makes a great play, securing a touchdown to make it 14-10. And then they go on a stretch there of, I think, 9 straight punts or 8 straight punts. And then offense we kind of got our feet under us and made plays. And so that was good, because there was adversity at the beginning, and our guys figured out what they were doing. Coach Stacks got our defense together. We from then on, I think we held them to close right around 100 yards the last 3 quarters. And so to be able to do that, and then our offense really steamroll, our success throughout the last 3 quarters was huge to see.
He just called Mr. Cobb's Buck.
Yeah, that's his name.
He doesn't like Diorius. He doesn't like going by that.
We like 1-syllable words at our
I like it
place.
too. It's easier.
Yeah,
I'm gonna start using that. Steve-O, you got that? It's Buck from now on.
Buck Cobb.
We got Shundi. You got to tell me how you guys came up with KP for Kylan James.
Yeah, that's an old kid deal, high school deal.
Okay,
so they just stuck with it.
I figure his middle name was like Phineas or something. I don't know. Okay. All right. So let's talk about we got Justin Lairy here tonight. Offensive line, incredible the other night, and again 380 yards on the ground in all. And we're also going to talk to Trey Green, who is one of your thumpers on the back end, doing a great job so far this year. But and obviously Shenderick Powell is going to get a lot of the attention, and should. Back-to-back 200-yard games, 6th of his career, 2nd time here, named the Offensive Player of the Week in the league, and also got some love from FedEx, the FedEx Ground FCS National Offensive Player of the Week. But again, it all starts up front. And again, Kylan James had a lot of success. Darius Hale got a rushing touchdown. You guys protected well all night. The offensive line, certainly the unsung heroes here.
Did you say 6 200-yard game?
In his career, yes.
That's unreal.
It is insane.
And 2 in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So that's unreal.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't be more pleased with the way our offensive line's playing. I don't think they got enough credit, at Oklahoma State and North Dakota State. I mean, they've controlled the line of scrimmage. And if you watch those games against those big teams like that, we've done a great job of really, controlling line of scrimmage, moving the ball, protecting Will. The other night we gave up no sacks. Man, they're just playing confident. And what we're doing is when you're winning the rushing attack, you're going to win a lot of games. Our offensive line knows that. Obviously, the backs having some success. They get us out of some mess, having the talented backs we have. But, man, those guys are opening holes, and it starts with, a left tackle like Justin Lairy. I mean, he's been doing it for a long time here. But, man, it's Jamal Mull, it's Josh George, it's BK Collier, Will Diggins. I mean, you get behind Will and Justin Lairy on that left side, usually that side of the line of scrimmage is going to be moved. So those guys are going to have to continue to be big. And this week's a challenge, and we're playing a different type of style defense this week, a little more twitchy, a little more movement. But what I was excited about was we played a defensive line in Abilene that's going to, one of the larger teams we'll see all year. And those guys leaned on them, and we were able to control it all night.
Also wanted to mention, too, this Southern Utah team, and again, we're going to heap a lot of praise on them leading into this game, and appropriately so. A, it's a tough trip. B, you're going to be playing at the highest altitude that this program has ever played at least in the Division I era. I don't know all the Division II matchups over the years, but I'm guessing it probably is. And then they're battle-tested at Arizona State, played them to within 3. They played at BYU, and they
played them tough.
And then they played UC Davis, which is a nationally ranked
top
team.
15 team.
Yeah, so, I mean, this is a team that obviously has been battle-tested just like you guys have.
Yeah, if you look at the Massey ratings, which I look at that probably as much as anything, as far as my research goes, the Massey ratings is, they really pay attention to, matchups home and away, and they've got the 6th toughest schedule to this point in FCS football. They are battle tested. They played in tough environments. They're hard to beat at home. I mean, they proved that Saturday night against Western Illinois, getting their first win of the season against the Missouri Valley team, which the Missouri Valley Conference is good in itself. So it's going to be a tough matchup.
Could be a slugfest. Obviously, 2 defenses that are playing really well right now. As Coach mentioned, the Bears, 43 yards. That is a season low allowed for this year, and that includes the Texas College game. So a dominating performance in the rush defense for Central Arkansas on Saturday. Only allowed 232 yards in all. Remarkable performance. Need another one like that this week. We're going to talk to Trey Green. He'll be part of that defense this week when we come back.
La Quinta Inn & Suites in Conway at 2350 Sanders Road in Conway are proud to support our UCA Bears. La Quinta Inn & Suites, here to serve you with 67 rooms, free bright side breakfast, free high-speed internet access, free wireless high-speed internet access, pillow top beds, indoor swimming pool, and fitness center. Call 501-328-5100. That's 328-5100. Or find them online at laquintaconway.com. Go Bears! Walk-Ons, Sports Bistreaux, the place to be every Wednesday night for college night from 5 p.m. till close. Guests with a valid college ID will enjoy half-off drinks and $5 classic burgers at Walk-Ons, Sports Bistreaux, 955 Amity Road in Conway. Everyone needs a little playing time. Walk-Ons, Sports Bistreaux, game day with a taste of Louisiana. HD Roofing and Construction, proud to be Central Arkansas owned and operated, offering free inspections, insurance claims assistance, a huge product selection and the highest standards in Arkansas. Whether it's minor repairs or a full roof replacement for your commercial or residential property, they'll provide you with quality materials, craftsmanship, warranties, and cost-effective solutions. Call today, 501-428-0429, or get a quote at hdarkansas.com. HD Roofing, proud to be the official roofing partner of UCA Athletics.
1 minute left in the break, boss.
These paws were
1
made
minute.
for walking. Join us at Care for Animals Paws on the Runway, a celebration of fashion and fur. Thursday, October 5th at Rusty Tractor Vineyards from 6 to 9 p.m. will feature a runway show and virtual auction that will have tails wagging. Since 1998, Care has rescued more than 4,500 dogs and cats from kill shelters in Arkansas. That's a lot of unconditional love. Purchase tickets today at careforanimals.org.
With over 350 land specialists in 40 states,
seconds.
Whitetail Properties Real Estate is the premier rural real estate company in North America. And Mike Poor, your local Whitetail Properties land specialist, combines local expertise with the Whitetail Properties national reach to reach more buyers who are looking for hunting land, farmland, and rural homes. So if you're thinking about selling, you need to give Mike Poor a call today at 501-428-7177 or visit whitetailproperties.com.
If you have a question or comment for the head bear, send Justin a message on Twitter at JustinAcri7. Now, back to the Nathan Brown Show, presented by Walk-On's Sports Bistreaux in Conway, 955 South Amity Road, on the Buzz Radio Network.
Motion receiver across the formation of the right side. MacGyver looking that way. Pressure coming. He gets hit. He's into the end zone. It's in a sack. The ball is out. And it will be a touchdown, Central Arkansas. The Bears cover it in the end zone. Abilene Christian had 3 shots at it, and they end up covering it in the end zone. It's Jake Golday for his first touchdown as a Central Arkansas Bear. All right, welcome back in here to Walk-Ons in Conway, and it's always good when the defense scores, Coach, and it's also – well, it's not too bad when you outrush your opponent by 340 yards or so either. So it was a pretty good Saturday for the guys in purple and gray, and a dominating performance in that victory over Abilene Christian, 52-17. And certainly, as we mentioned, made a statement. I saw a lot of noise on FCS chat boards talking about the Bears and their performance. I think everybody was expecting kind of a tight game, and it didn't work out that way.
Yeah, I mean, you obviously go into every game wanting to win like that. You don't necessarily expect it. I think we talked about it, and you talked to our players about this. We knew if we played well, and I told them this, I said, we could roll this game out. This was a game that we felt like if we played well, we could put ourselves in a position to really make a statement, and that's what our guys did.
Well, let's talk to Trey Green here, who was part of that defense. You guys were absolutely phenomenal, and, you guys missed, your fellow safeties for a game, and then I just thought everybody was on point. How'd you feel going into the game?
I felt good, real good. We were just playing complimentary ball. Our coach always tells us, put our egos to the side, and, just go play ball and, make plays on the back end when it's our time. We know our guys are going to eat in the front.
The guys are going to eat in the front. Hopefully they do that again this week. You guys were all over the place. I mean, the safeties were – there was one play during the game, and I'm like, where's T-Bird? And then all of a sudden he's on the other side of the field, and he's drilling some dude. And Chris Gaines like, there he is. I'm like, yeah.
So, we just got to recognize formations. We had to do what we got to do.
Yeah, you all got shots. I mean, you had a good lick. Cam had a couple of big hits, and T-Bird looked like he was back to full health again. So,
Yes, sir.
So how'd you feel going? I mean, as far as the way things went, did you guys see what you expected from them, or was it a little different?
Yeah, we was well prepped. They took some plays from North Dakota State, and we saw the unbalanced formations, and they were trying to pick our brains and stuff, but we was on top of it.
So they come out and they drive it right down the field. And as Coach mentioned, they get another scoring drive early, and then you guys were like, I guess you can't have any more.
Right.
What did you guys make a big adjustment, or what happened?
We just made one simple adjustment. We just said we're going to go man across the board and said we got to get these boys locked up.
Okay.
And then all the holes filled up with the linemen and stuff. We good.
So when you're on the back end and you know you've got all those filthy pass rushers up front, I mean, that's got to give you guys a lot of confidence, right?
Oh, a lot of confidence. My coach says, Coach Scott, he always say the guy's going to get after him, and then sooner or later the quarterback's going to start throwing that ball up. So we got to start picking cherries.
There's no doubt.
Oh, yeah.
So you were from Ashdown, right?
Yes, sir.
Started out at Arkansas State.
Yes, sir.
And what sort of led to your trip here? How did you end up down here?
Just, had to make some adjustments in my life. And I got a friend, a teammate that plays here already, Demetrius Charles, our linebacker. And, he recruited me here. So I said, I'm going to come on. I'm going to come on with it.
I'm so glad.
Yes, sir.
Well,
So am I.
yeah, no doubt. Well, it's funny. I was looking through the numbers. I think he's one of the 4 guys leading your team in tackles. 17, I think, is the top number. We got 4 guys with 17. Him, David Walker, Golday, you got the touchdown, and then T-Bird. So spreading the wealth a little bit there.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
good.
Absolutely. I was looking into your history. You were a running back in high school.
Yes, sir, I was.
Did you play both ways?
Yes, sir.
At Ashdown?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you were a pretty good running back.
Yes, sir.
I mean, you had some good numbers.
Yeah, I was recruited by Louisiana Tech and Louisiana Monroe, but I love stopping people. So
you prefer defense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So give me, from a running back's perspective, what you face in practice and what other teams have to go against with the running backs here.
What I face in practice, we stop them. We don't have we stop them, and then I guess they're angry at Saturday comes and they do the thing. So
yeah,
we gotta do what we gotta do.
You guys have the only defense in America that stops them. I think
Yes,
that's impressive. That's good.
Oh, we headbutt though. We headbutt every practice. So
okay. Well, it's good, though. I would think, how much do you guys go good on good? I mean, I know you're not probably tackling the ground during the week, but you guys go good on good some?
Yeah, we started out, good on good every practice, to get the blood flowing and stuff. And we just come out firing.
Yeah, I think it keeps you sharp. I mean, I know our players want to go good versus good as much as we can. Obviously, you gotta implement the scheme and see scout team and all that stuff on get prepared for what you're about to face. But I think keeping us sharp throughout the season is important. I mean, letting Trey go up against Gerard Barnes, letting our front 7 go against Darius Hale and Colin James and Shundi, and that's big because I mean it keeps those guys sharp. Iron sharpens iron.
It's funny. We've been talking about the 3-headed monster running back all year. Now we're starting to talk about the 3-headed monster receiver, and obviously Miles got a touchdown early. Gerard, we know what he does. Having led the team last year, and Christian's back in form after going through his little injury early in the season.
Yes, sir.
That's a lot to deal with, right? I mean, those guys are a tough test too, I would think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're good. They do a great job, and I think what goes unnoticed a lot with just how well we're running the ball right now is Will. The way Will's playing.
Yeah.
He's playing sharp, man.
Yeah, I mean, we almost don't talk about him.
It's crazy.
And it's funny because he has told us in the past, like, I don't want to be talked about. I'm just supposed to be delivering the mail. That's what he talked about last year.
He's definitely keeping his composure back there. I mean, he's getting it out, spewing it out to the receivers. He's making all his reads, doing good.
How do you feel you were tested in the first, especially, I mean, obviously the 2 FBS games prior to playing this last weekend? What was the Oklahoma State experience like, and then North Dakota State?
If you want me to be completely honest, I feel like they didn't take enough shots at us. So, whenever we came into this game, we saw that they had 2 receivers on the outside, and, we have to do what we have to do, lock up.
How important is film study for you?
Oh, it's very important. We had film study today. It's very important. We gotta see all the keys, all the checks, and all that. So we gotta stay disciplined in the back end.
What do you do leading up to? And you're gonna have a 3.5 hour flight. What do you do? Are you doing work on the plane? You trying to relax on the plane? What's going on?
We got tests, we got meetings, we got everything.
They're making you guys go to school?
No.
I think you've been in school long enough. You don't have to
already
do that.
graduated.
Oh, you've been talking about football tests.
Yeah, we got football tests.
They give you tests.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. This guy's probably back there doing some type of meditation.
Yeah.
He's probably, if he had some room,
Worked
he'd probably
out.
doing some yoga.
Yeah.
They tell. So we're going to Southern Utah Friday. We're leaving Friday.
Right.
So I'm gonna hit a workout in the morning, but they tell us to get our sleep. But I can't. I just got to keep working.
I would think hydration's a big key this week, right?
That too. I got my hydration. I already started it today.
Okay.
Yep.
That's good. So who has been some of the matchups you faced that have been the toughest during your career?
I want to say Calvin Austin, Jonathan Mingo, and DeAndre Swift and Kenny McIntosh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you faced some pretty good dudes when you were up at A-State too, right?
Yes,
yeah. So how about this year? I mean, tell me about goals. And again, you guys are changing conferences again. What did you guys talk about coming into the season as far as what you wanted to accomplish?
Oh, win it outright, of course. But we got to stay focused on one game at a time. But, like, of course, winning it outright, we don't want no ties.
I got you.
We want to show everybody that we're the strength of the UAC.
Yeah.
So.
I saw a prediction today. It's obviously way early in the year to be doing that, but they had Austin P representing the United. I didn't like that at all.
Okay.
So we'll see about that.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
How about Coach Stewart? Tell me about your new DC and how that transition has worked.
Oh, love him. God love him. He's straightforward. You know, he's old school. You know, bend your body, bend your body. That's all you hear at practice. You know, he got a shirt that he wears every practice, never be soft.
I've seen it.
And, you know, he lives by it.
He wears it well.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it was obviously they spent a lot of money on that thing. It's very professionally done. There's no doubt.
Yes, sir.
Sharpie and a cutoff sweatshirt. I like it. Oh, man. So are you excited about this? I mean, you guys have had some cool trips this year. I mean, obviously, you're out there to win a game. You probably don't care what you play in the parking lot.
Right.
But I mean, this is a pretty cool deal. I saw a picture of the backdrop. It's kind of like Montana State, Coach. You got mountains in the background. You can be focused on the field. But, I mean, this is kind of a cool experience, right?
No, it's definitely a cool experience. You know, I've been everywhere, a lot of places. But Southern Utah, I've never been in Utah, period. Yeah. But it's going to be a nice atmosphere for sure.
Have you been to Utah?
I haven't. First trip.
All right.
First trip.
I've not spent a lot of time there. I've been through there. And that's a pretty part of the country. You drive a little bit outside of there, you're going to see a lot of red rock. A lot of looks like Mars. Yep. Be cool. Okay, give me a couple keys this week, Trey. We'll let you get out of here.
Recognize formations, great effort, and great tackle on the perimeter.
Okay, is there somebody we're focused on? Anybody that stood out on the tape study so far?
They got a little speech, number 8, and the quarterback, he can get it to him, but we got to make him scramble. We got to make him scramble and see what he can do.
Well, that's not usually good for quarterback's health against your front, so we'll see how that goes this week. Well, good luck this week, man. Sir. Appreciate you coming on.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
All right, that's Trey Green. Coach, you were talking about him before we came on the air. You love Trey, and, again, his attitude. And sometimes, you know, with defensive backs, there's a lot of some roller coaster ride, but not so much with him.
He's second to none when it comes to that. And I think you could poll our team, and I would bet that 100%, and I'm not saying that lightly, 100% of our team would say he's the most consistent, solid player, human, person, man on the team. And it's all work ethic, the way he approaches life. You know, he's just a humble human being that truly attacks the day every single day like you want a student athlete to do it. And whatever he does in life after football, it's going to be nothing but success. I'll tell you this. He's why you like going to work every morning, because of guys like Trey Green. And there's no question about it. I can say that unequivocally. I mean, just an unbelievable young man.
You guys are creating a lot of negative plays here early in the season, Coach, and I would expect a few more sacks before the year is over. But 26 tackles for loss, and Southern Utah is right there with 27. You guys are top 25 in the FCS right now, allowing just over 300 yards a game. And in today's game, that's a pretty impressive number.
It's pretty good. And the sacks will come. I mean, look, if I was scheming our defense, and hopefully nobody's taking notes on this, but all you got to do is watch film, I would try to get the ball at the quarterback's hands quick. And so you got Jessup, you got D-Walk, you got Golday, you got some of those Buck Cobbs coming off the edge. They're gonna get the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick, but sooner or later we get them in third long situations, we'll get some sacks, and that's what we saw on last Saturday night.
Southern Utah has given up exactly 1 sack this season in 4 games.
All right,
that's hard to believe.
Yeah, that's great. It is, and they got a veteran quarterback. He gets the ball out of his hands. He's good.
Well, unlike last week, we saw a lot of high school guys that have come in and gone through the program. Last week it was Transfer U, 25 Division I transfers in the 2 deep. Completely different story this week, but a lot of talented guys who obviously have been in the system for a while. So we'll talk more about that, and we got Justin Lairy coming up on the other side as well. One of the bodies up front clearing the path for those running backs who are doing some remarkable things in what they're averaging per carry and per game. We'll get back to that after this. It's the Nathan Brown Show from Walk-Ons at Conway on Buzz 21067.
It's game time at Fairfield Inn and Suites in Conway, located just 3 miles from the University of Central Arkansas campus, and they are ready to play ball. Start your day with their award-winning free hot breakfast, and then after a day of fun and excitement, end your day relaxing by their indoor pool and jacuzzi. All this with a UCA rate of $89 plus tax. You can make your reservation online, Marriott.com/LITCW, or call the hotel direct, 501-505-8034.
Moix ETC in Conway introduces Spartan Mowers, the strongest lineup in the mowing industry. With the SRT, RT, RZ, and KG series, they have the perfect mower to fit any yard, any size, anytime. From compact to commercial, 42 to 72-inch deck sizes, with power all the way up to 38.5 horses, you just won't find a better mower anywhere. Spartan Mowers are assembled in the USA, forged with 7-gauge steel to bring you the strongest lineup in America. Check out the new Spartan Mowers at Moix ETC. Get yours today.
Setting a new workout goal? Post-workout recovery is a lot sweeter when you fuel up with rich, delicious Highland Dairy chocolate milk. Packed with the nutrients you need to re-energize, including protein, calcium, and potassium, chocolate milk is a tasty treat at the end of your hard workout. Find a money-saving coupon at highlanddairy.com/chocolate. Highland, locally made, naturally delicious.
1 minute
Make
left in the
plans
break,
to
boss.
attend the
1
Arkansas
minute.
Democrat Gazette Health and Wellness Expo, sponsored by UAMS, on Saturday, September 30th at the State House Convention Center in Little Rock. This free health and living expo will feature free health screenings, the memo van, doctor panels, a political panel, Arkansas Travelers Bingo, and prize drawings. Don't miss this event, Saturday, September 30th in Little Rock. To find out more, check out today's Arkansas Democrat Gazette or visit arkansashealthandwellnessexpo.com.
Johnston's
Last
Home
spot in the
Center in
break,
Benton
boss.
is your
30
one-stop
seconds.
shop for all things you need for your home. Chainsaws, leaf blowers, Johnston's Home Center, microwaves, hoods, ranges, and cooktops, wall ovens, and more. Johnston's Home Center. Compactors, dishwashers, disposals, and dispensers, Johnston's Home Center. Freezers, refrigerators, Johnston's Home Center. Mattresses and vacuums, Johnston's Home Center. Find them on the web at johnstonsHomeCenter.com or give them a call, 501-315-6697. Johnston's Home Center in Benton. If they don't have it, you probably don't need it.
You're listening to The Nathan Brown Show, presented by Walk-On's Sports Bistreaux in Conway, where everything is made from scratch, bringing Cajun cuisine to life. Now, back to Coach Brown and Justin on the Buzz Radio Network.
McElvain straight drop back, looking for a screen here, has his man Powell. 10, outside of the 5, into the end zone, touchdown Central Arkansas. They fell for that hook, line, and sinker. You saw a wave of Wildcats coming in, and McElvain perfectly dumps it over the top. Bears go left side. There goes to Derek Powell. 20, 30, 40, one man to beat. 25-20, 15-10. They're not going to catch him. Touchdown, Central Arkansas, 91 yards. All right, welcome back to Walk-Ons in Conway, and I shortchanged to make it 95 officially. Yeah, so I'm close.
Longest run in FCS football this year. Or
Is that
longest play from scrimmage. Yeah, I read that today.
Well, it's too bad you guys didn't get a penalty. Could have gotten backed up down the 20-yard set from the 1 yard line.
Yeah, I'll take 95.
No doubt. That's pretty impressive. Well, again, I mean, look, you got Shanderick doing great things. Again, congrats to him. He was named the Offensive Player of the Week this week, and appropriately so. Second straight 200-yard game. 256, had a 95-yard touchdown run on 23 carries. Ridiculous. He's leading the country in yards per carry. He's got 6 career 200-yard games now. It's absolutely obscene. But, oh, by the way, Kylan James, 6 for 73 and a touchdown and 12.2 yards a carry for him. And Darius Hale's got a great per-carry average, too, and he got himself a touchdown on Saturday. So, Coach, how does that all happen? Strictly just because the running backs are great, or maybe they're getting a little help?
Well, those 3 guys have been blessed by God. I mean, let's be real here. So they've got a talent level that, you know, is a true blessing. But man, it is about the guys up front. I mean, you know, Justin's sitting next to me right now. I mean, he's been here and done that for a few years now, and you know, he's worked himself up into being an all-conference caliber lineman, and you can't do it without guys like him. And not just the run side of it, but keeping Will clean every Saturday. You know, that's the unsung heroes every single weekend is those guys up front.
Now, Trey's done, right?
Who's that?
Trey is done with his.
Yeah.
You're finished.
Yeah, he's a senior. Yep.
COVID, all the other,
unfortunately,
everything else. Like he's like 6-year guy. I mean, it's forever. Yeah. Justin is a junior from Madison, Mississippi, and he knows his way around walk-ons. He knows what to order. He's got a little spinach dip going, and then I saw. Did I hear red beans and rice are coming in?
Oh yes, sir.
All right, that's good. So is In Madison, Mississippi, we eating a lot of red beans. You guys do some Cajun food down there?
Yes, sir. Well, my mom, she has a good recipe for red beans and rice. And
Okay.
I love red beans and rice.
Yeah, no
I
doubt
like
about
rice.
it. Yeah, okay. Well, that's good. Well, we got to keep you beefed up. So you're playing at, you said 295?
Yes, sir.
And that's where you like to be?
Yes, sir. I can gain a little bit more, but 295 is a good weight for me.
How much did you weigh when you got to campus?
My freshman year?
Yes, sir.
258 pounds.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, my.
When I first stepped on campus.
They try to make you tight end when you got here?
Nah, I mean, I don't know.
No. I can tell you this, not with his talent on the edge.
But he's got good enough feet, right, to play tight end?
Absolutely. I don't know about his hands.
Yeah.
he might have something to say about that, but no, he's a left tackle and about as good as it gets in FCS.
Well, listen, you guys are sitting at 2-2, but you got a lot to be excited about, a lot to be really looking forward to here, I think, with this team. What has it been like for you opening holes for these running backs so far this year? It's pretty magical start.
Yes, sir. Very good. So just to know that if you do your job, everybody up front does their job, then the person behind you can score touchdowns, 95 yards. Like, that's unreal.
Yeah. Do you go back and watch tape of the runs? I mean, you guys watch a lot of game film afterwards?
Yes, sir. And it's unbelievable.
Yeah. I mean, Shederick needs a sliver, and next thing you know, he's gone. And then you got dudes, like Kylan's beating guys out on the edge, and you got Darius running over dudes. I mean, it's a little bit of everything. You guys got a pretty good recipe mix there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. That's a way better recipe than it's harder to make than red beans and rice, I think. what you guys are doing. Let's talk about Will a bit too. I mean, because Will is the one thing I've heard about from him is leadership, and that's the big thing that he's grown. And we all know he's got the ability out the wazoo there. But what have you seen from him from a leadership standpoint?
So he just talks to us like, "Come on, y'all! Like, we give him time, and he's gonna make something happen." And that's for both of us, for both him and the running backs. Like, we give them time, we do our job, then they're gonna make it happen.
Yeah. We watched the Miami Dolphins do something we've really never seen before, scoring 70 points yesterday. And I'm not saying that, we're the Miami Dolphins over here, but you guys do have the kind of talent and the speed and the ability and the playmakers to do that kind of thing. How has it been for a lineman watching all this take place and being a part of that with the dynamic offense you guys can bring?
It's just inspirational. I grew up watching football all my life, and I always wanted to be a part of a football team. So to know that we can go out there and dominate every game is just very inspirational. I thank God for it.
What was your path from Madison to here? How did you get recruited? Where else were you considered? I mean, what was it? When did you become even aware of Central Arkansas?
So I had all JUCO colleges in Mississippi, because that's like big in Mississippi.
Yeah.
And one of my best friends, he actually played right tackle for us. He got the offer here first, and then coach saw his film, and then he saw me through his film, and he was like, well, we need a package deal. We need both of them. And he ended up going to Missouri, but I came.
I gotcha. Well, that's good. That's a pretty nice deal. That worked out okay.
Yes, sir.
What are you studying here?
Education. So I'm health promotion, but I want to be a football coach.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
That's good. So these guys have not made you hate that profession. And it must be a pretty good experience.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just to learn from one of the best and, pick up their tendencies. And whenever, I've never seen Coach Brown down. He's always wanted to encourage us.
Yeah. So who all have you coached you at line since you've been here?
Just Coach Boykin.
Okay, that's it.
Yes, sir.
All right.
We had different GAs, but just Coach Boykin.
Gotcha.
Recruited. Coach Hollinsworth.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yep. So we haven't talked about him much. Coach Boykin does a lot of extra stuff. He's my guy I go to when we're doing logistics and I'm trying to figure out where we're going and how we're getting there, when we're getting there, what time I need to be there. And he's also coaching the line. What does he do? What do you like about him? He seems to be a pretty even keel guy.
Yes, sir. So he just takes what we need to do, and then he slows it down for us and makes sure we have the proper steps, make sure we have the proper hand techniques to do what we need to do.
Yeah. Growing up, I mean, everybody I think most people at least grow up want to be a skill guy or do skill guy things.
Yes, sir.
At what point did you go, okay, I'm going to be a lineman? Like, did you make the turn?
So when I moved from Terry to Madison, my coach gave me a lineman number, and he was like, here, just take it. And then I didn't want to play, and then my mom was like, well, if you start something, you have to finish it. And then I ended up starting my 10th grade year, and then it's been there ever since.
Were you always a tackle?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So what's the hardest thing about your job?
Don't give up any pressures. It's a mental game.
Yeah.
If you don't make the right step and then you get beat on a play, just go to the next play and say, I'm gonna dominate this play.
Yeah. What's been the best experience for you so far as travel goes?
I get to watch movies because I never have time. I'm always doing homework.
Yeah. How about of the venues you've been to so far? Obviously, going to a cool one this week.
Mm-hmm.
What's been the best venue? What's the place you've enjoyed playing at the most?
Well, I like playing at Ole Miss last year because that's where I'm from, and
Yeah.
just to see that type of environment and that crowd. I also like playing North Dakota State because, like, we're playing in a dome.
Yep.
Like, you don't really see that. So,
would you rather play in like 95 or 55?
The number?
Temperature.
Degrees.
Oh, temperature? Cold weather.
You like cold?
Oh, yeah, cold weather.
Are you
means
sure you're from
winning.
Mississippi? I don't buy that. Come on now.
Yeah, but he's a fat guy.
Yeah.
You're not that fat. Not fat enough, I don't think so. I mean, we're going to put a few more pounds on you.
Yes, sir.
That's interesting. I would not have expected that.
Well, down like in Mississippi, like when you're playing in cold weather, that means you're in the playoffs. That means you're winning. Like it's time to go.
Well, guess what? This is going to be the week because it's going to be a lot cooler this week than what we've been facing.
Yes, sir.
Last thing here. What are you doing to get ready for the altitude?
Drink a lot of water. Hydrate. A liquid IV is my best friend. I like liquid IVs.
I do too. I'm with you.
Yep.
Probably not for the same reason you're drinking them. Anyway, hey, good luck this week. I appreciate you coming on. We'll see you out there.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, very good. That's Justin Lairy. Great stuff. Got an awesome first name too. Besides,
Yeah, great name.
I mean, come on. Anyway, it's gonna be a good trip. I'm excited about it, and we'll talk more about kind of the preparation for this week, Coach. Obviously, you don't want to harp on that too much because you don't want to get anybody's focus off of what the goal is, obviously, and that's trying to push around the Thunderbirds. How about that? Never played against a Thunderbird before.
It's a great mascot.
That's pretty cool. We'll be back here at Nathan Brown Show from Walk-Ons in Conway. Stay with us.
La Quinta Inn & Suites in Conway at 2350 Sanders Road in Conway are proud to support our UCA Bears. La Quinta Inn & Suites, here to serve you with 67 rooms, free bright side breakfast, free high-speed internet access, free wireless high-speed internet access, pillow top beds, indoor swimming pool, and fitness center. Call 501-328-5100. That's 328-5100. Or find them online at laquintaconway.com. Go Bears! Walk-Ons starts every dish from scratch and only uses fresh ingredients to bring their mouth-watering Cajun cuisine to life. Whether you're there for dinner with the family, date night, cocktails with the girls, or to watch the UCA Bears on the big screen, Walk-Ons is always happy to share their Louisiana culture with you. Walk-Ons, game day with a taste of Louisiana. HD Roofing and Construction, proud to be Central Arkansas owned and operated, offering free inspections, insurance claims assistance, a huge product selection and the highest standards in Arkansas. Whether it's minor repairs or a full roof replacement for your commercial or residential property, they'll provide you with quality materials, craftsmanship, warranties, and cost-effective solutions. Call today, 501-428-0429, or get a quote at hdarkansas.com. HD Roofing, proud to be the official roofing partner of UCA Athletics.
These paws were made for walking.
1 minute left in the
Join
break.
us
Pause.
at
1
Care for
minute.
Animals Paws on the Runway, a celebration of fashion and fur. Thursday, October 5th at Rusty Tractor Vineyards from 6 to 9 p.m. will feature a runway show and virtual auction that will have tails wagging. Since 1998, Care has rescued more than 4,500 dogs and cats from kill shelters in Arkansas. That's a lot of unconditional love. Purchase tickets today at careforanimals.org.
Arkansas Medical Staffing is celebrating 15 years of taking great care of Arkansas. They vowed to never send their nurses out of this great state so that their nursing team can be at home to do the things that matter most to them. And now they are increasing that nursing team. RNs, LPNs, and CNAs, full-time, part-time, or PRN assignments are available. They work off your availability. Arkansas needs you, and Arkansas Medical Staffing needs you. Come join our incredible team at arkansasmedicalstaffing.com.
Go purple, go gray, go UCA. You're listening to the Nathan Brown Show on the Buzz Radio Network, coming to you live from Walk-On Sports Bistreaux in Conway. A great place to take the family or catch the game. Now, back to Coach Brown and Justin.
Hale again, and he got whacked at the goal line, but they're going to give him a touchdown. He paid for it, but he paid in full. Touchdown, Central Arkansas. All right, the physical running of Darius Hale paying off for 6 on Saturday against Abilene Christian as the Bears again roll to victory. And it is about time to turn the page from that 52-17 win, Coach. Before we move on and start talking a little bit more about Southern Utah and that trip, wanted to heap a little praise on the special teams too.
Yes.
Jay Gaster, 7-7 on the PATs and a career long, at least at the Division I level, 44. I watched him on tape kicking some 50-plus yarders when he was in JUCO, one of the best in the business at that level.
Yep.
And the good thing is about kickers, it translates.
Yeah, and we got total confidence. What you see Jake Gaster do in practice, you see just the unreal potential he has. And that was a great kick the other night. I mean, kind of mishit it. Our timing was a little off, but, man, for us to be able to knock that 44-yard gives him confidence, gives me confidence, gives our whole special teams unit confidence. I thought Kyle Gassaway had a big tackle on punt down the field. I mean,
amazing.
And a big momentum part of the game. I mean, the game was still kind of back and forth early in the game, and for your deep snapper to get down there, and most people are going to unaccount their deep snapper. I mean, he goes down there and makes a great tackle, and then obviously on punt we get a turnover. I mean, Coach Scott was saying all week we thought that guy could muff it, and he muffed it right into Ike's hand, and Ike did a great job getting on top of it. Thought our kickoff unit did great again. You didn't have many chances on KOR, which is what it is. We don't want many chances on KOR.
Yeah.
But look, it's special teams has been a weapon. I think we won that battle last week.
Defense, 7 tackles for loss and 3 sacks in this one. And let's talk a little bit about it. I was mentioning a moment ago. I mean, this is a Thunderbirds team that has 1 sack allowed all year. So while I only watched a little bit of tape from the Davis game, obviously their quarterback is getting out pretty quick.
Yeah, he is, and it's impressive. He's a on and off 4-year starter. I mean, guy that's going to be close to 8 to 10,000 yards career passing yards when he gets done. They've got quick twitch receivers. Last week we played big receivers, 6'3", 6'4" guys, really, not real quick. These guys are going to be a little more Gerard Barnes, a little more Christian Richmond, a little more quick in and out of their breaks.
Yep.
And the quarterback does a great jojob getting it to them. So that's it. Look, it's for them to only give up 1 sack through 4 games and playing 2 Power 5 opponents. I mean, that's impressive. So
yeah,
I know Abilene going into last week, I think had only given up 1 sack, and we were able to get 3 on him, I think, the other night, and obviously had him under pressure most of the night. Hopefully we can do that again this week with this guy.
Yeah, their leading receiver, Zach Mitchell, 5'11", 200. That sounds just like a Gerard Barnes type of player. And watching him on tape, pretty impressive young man from Boston. I don't know how you get from Boston to Southern Utah, Coach.
They've got players from all over.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Well, I like the fact that they built it through high school, too. I mean, it is a little bit concerning, but it is the nature of the beast, too, to see, a roster that is largely made up of all transfers. But, I mean, there's more than one way to do it, obviously, and what you guys are doing is certainly working. Let's get a thought on the UAC from last weekend.
Yeah.
Obviously, you guys win your opener. There weren't a lot of conference games. Maybe the most intriguing game of the weekend was Eastern Kentucky hosting Southeast Missouri, a top 25 team. And those are 2 teams you're going to play later in the year, one conference, one non-conference. And it was a war. And Eastern Kentucky ends up coming out, one for the conference there.
That's one we had an eye on. Obviously, in the next couple of weeks, we'll play both of those teams. Obviously, we know what SEMO is. I mean, they're a top 20 team. At least the last couple of years, EKU's a top 25 caliber team. We know that. Just a battle. I mean, that's 2 explosive offenses, 2 opportunistic defenses. We know that. And it went up to the final play, right? I mean, Eastern Kentucky was able to knock down a long field goal to win the game as time expired. That was big for the UAC conference. Beat a Ohio Valley Conference team like that, I think, picked to win that conference. So that's a big win for our conference. Austin P and Stephen F. Austin was another conference game that went down to the wire. I think P ended up winning at 22-20.
Yep.
SFA was up 20-7, and Austin P chopped away, and ended up getting a safety late to seal the win. So I've been pleased with our conference, and the more you look at it and you really break it down, it's been an impressive start to the year for the UAC. I mean, Tarleton's winning. I mean, you see what North Alabama's competing every single week with great teams. I mean, it's going to be interesting as the year goes on to see who kind of shakes this thing out.
Yeah, you mentioned the trip to Utah this week, and it'll be a first trip to Utah for a lot of guys on this trip. But to have them and then Utah Tech, I mean, it is a little bit strange for the conference footprint, but it is a unique opportunity, obviously. And let me ask you about the altitude thing, and then I'm going to drop it. I'm not going to talk about the rest of the week. I don't want guys thinking about it too much, but how do you factor that in without making it really too much of a thought process for the guys? I mean, look, for those of us who have at least gone skiing and stuff, I mean, there is a shortness of breath and there's an adjustment period. Once you're kind of used to it, not a huge deal, and you guys are playing in, 15-second bursts at a time, but What do you guys do to get ready?
Well, we're conscious of it. I mean, you have to be. And we, like I've told our coaches, and you just said, I don't want to make it a bigger deal than it has to be. I don't necessarily want to change our routine or how we practice and all those things, but we are being conscious of hydration. You've heard both of my players say that already because we're already harping on that. Hydrate with water, put your electrolytes in your body, carb load up. We need to carb up all week. That's going to be important. We're going to add a few meals to their mix this week. There's just some things that we're going to try to get ahead of that maybe will help us when we get out there. But I don't want to change what we do. I mean, I said this earlier today, football teams and players are kind of like cattle. You divert them off their routine or off their track. You can really create chaos. And so I don't want to do that. I want to just stick to who we are, what we do, but be conscious of it. And obviously, drinking's easy. Let's drink some water and make sure that our body feels good with fluid.
Oh, don't I know it. Steve Owens, our sideline guru, did a little research for us today. I don't know what he does all day, Coach, but apparently he had time to look this up.
He's top notch.
This will be the highest elevation that the program's ever played at, 5846 above sea level. Boulder, 5430. And your
I wouldn't
team,
have thought that.
Me either. Your team did a heck of a job over there. Bozeman, Montana, 4817. Pocatello, didn't have any issues there.
Didn't realize it there, really.
Portales, New Mexico. I didn't make that trip. That was before my time.
Yeah.
And then Missoula.
We'll have some oxygen on the sideline as well. Guy gets a long run or whatever it is and needs to create, get their breath back. We'll have some oxygen takes on the sideline just for that factor. But
you're not trying to keep Shunderic from going 95 though, right? You're okay with it?
Hey,
we'll get him oxygen when he comes over.
He'll go 95 and then we'll put Darius in and let him punch it in.
There you go. I like that. We got the beef report coming up here in just a second. We're about to take our final break. We'll come back and hit that. Get a little bit more on the Southern Utah Thunderbirds. You look at 1-3, but it's a little bit misleading when you look at who they played. Again, 2 FBS opponents already, and not many teams at our level are playing 2 FBS opponents at Arizona State, at BYU to start the season. Then they go to a top 20 UC Davis team in the third week. They finally got off the schneid as they pulled away in the second half against the Leathernecks of Western Illinois, 37-17. So they're playing a little confidence now after getting that first big win of the season, I'm sure, as well.
Yeah, not just 2 FBS teams, but 2 Power 5 teams. I mean, and obviously, people around here know how good BYU is. So that's a tough schedule, and that's FCS football, though. I mean, look, we got to play money games. That's part of the gig. You're going to play some tough non-conference games when you're trying to, prep yourself for the conference season and position yourself for the playoff battle. So, we're battle tested as well. We got a good win last week, and just like they did, it's what makes it more concerning than anything is just the trip. This is a scary trip, and it's one we're definitely concerned about, but we're going to definitely respect it. But we're going over there to win the football game.
No doubt about it. All right, we'll talk more about the Thunderbirds and the Bears as we wrap up the Nathan Brown Show. Appreciate Todd Pierce back in the studio doing a great job for us. We'll be back, grab a highlight on the way out, and get a little more on the Thunderbirds. And 2-minute drill coming up as well. And they're going to play action and roll right. McElvain looking, nowhere to go, throws late in the back of the end zone. Touchdown for the first time this season, Gerard Barnes.
It's game time at Fairfield Inn and
2.5
Suites in
minutes on
Conway,
your last break,
located
boss.
just 3 miles from the University of Central Arkansas campus, and they are ready to play ball. Start your day with their award-winning free hot breakfast, and then after a day of fun and excitement, end your day relaxing by their indoor pool and jacuzzi. All this with a UCA rate of $89 plus tax. You can make your reservation online, Marriott.com/LITCW, or call the hotel direct, 501-505-8034.
Moix ETC in Conway introduces Spartan Mowers, the strongest lineup in the mowing industry. With the SRT, RT, RZ, and KG series, they have the perfect mower to fit any yard, any size, anytime. From compact to commercial, 42 to 72-inch deck sizes, with power all the way up to 38.5 horses, you just won't find a better mower anywhere. Spartan Mowers are assembled in the USA, forged with 7-gauge steel to bring you the strongest lineup in America. Check out the new Spartan Mowers at Moix ETC. Get yours today.
Setting a new workout goal? Post-workout recovery is a lot sweeter when you fuel up with rich, delicious Highland Dairy chocolate milk. Packed with the nutrients you need to re-energize, including protein, calcium, and potassium, chocolate milk is a tasty treat at the end of your hard workout. Find a money-saving coupon at highlanddairy.com/chocolate. Highland, locally made, naturally delicious.
Today comes only once. It is a day of opportunity. What is done with this day will play a big part in determining the future. I am Renata Jenkins-Fowler with Roller Funeral Homes. That is a pretty bold statement, but a true one nevertheless, because every day is filled with opportunities taken or missed. At Roller Funeral Homes, we look at each day as an opportunity to prove ourselves worthy of the trust that you have put in us for so many years. Roller Funeral Homes, with all our respect.
When you do something for over 45 years, you get really good at it. Like Bert here. He's been lifting weights for over 45 years. He can bench press a 400-pound nose guard, deadlift an elephant, even clean and jerk a truck filled with watermelons. Fantastic rep, Bert. We're a lot like Bert lifting weights, except we do it with insurance. Williamson Insurance, protecting your business and your family for over 45 years.
We're talking Bear football tonight on the Nathan Brown Show, presented by Walk-On Sports Bistreaux in Conway, and broadcasting live from their location at 955 South Amity Road.
Kyle will be the running back sitting there behind. And he'll get the handoff left side. Can he beat him to the corner? He absolutely can. 4 yards in a cloud of dust. Kylan James has helped the Bears extend the lead, and they have put this one out of reach. Well, it wasn't actually any dust, but it was impressive. Kylan James, let's not forget how speedy he is. We talk a lot about Powell and the power of Darius Hale, but my goodness, Kylan is just a great all-around player, Coach. Again, very effective in the pass game, and I mean receiving, not in throwing it. But we did see a little wrinkle this week and a little extra to prepare for Southern Utah. Didn't necessarily have to pull it out, but I know it's something you guys have been working on. We call it Wild Bear. You guys call it?
Mustang.
Your Mustang package.
Yeah.
Got a bunch of Mustangs running around out there.
Well, and that was a strategic move. That's something we've been working on for really since camp. I mean, getting all three of those guys in the backfield and then direct snapping it to KP. And you know, he's such a good football player. He's got a background where he played some quarterback, and he's just so savvy. And so you know, we kind of made the decision. You know, we had the game out of reach there. You know, what we felt was out of reach going into the fourth quarter, but that's good to get that on tape. And one thing we thought about was, man, let's do this versus some live bullets. We do it a lot in practice. We do it a lot versus air. Let's do it against a real defense that's coming hard and all those things. And I thought they executed it very well.
Well, we're the smartest guys in the world, but we kind of thought along those same lines. You know, just something else to prepare for, and you know, give the defensive coordinators that you're going to face down the road here something else to think about, because there was already enough, as if they weren't losing sleep anyway. All right, let's talk about this trip. Listen, Southern Utah might be the best 1-3 team in America on the FCS level, especially when you look at how they're battle-tested. Just beat a winless Western Illinois team 37-17. Their quarterback efficient, 24-35, 242, a couple of touchdowns. Did throw a couple of picks, and they only averaged 2.7 yards per carry. So good job by Western Illinois against their run game. You guys were really effective against the run last week. What's the key to stopping these guys on the ground?
Well, I thought last week we may have had our best night of the year to this point of really shock and shedding blocks. I mean, you saw Logan Jessup at times at the point of attack really throw off a defensive lineman. Coach Davis and Coach Ashburn do a great job in individual drills, really working the technique of, man, you've got to get off blocks. I mean, look, the linebackers, the safeties can't always make us right. We need our defensive line to be playmakers. I thought our defensive line played great the other night. I mean, they were controlling line scrimmage, but not just controlling line scrimmage. They were making plays. They were plugging it up. They were really, if they were extending the play, they were spreading it out. You know, they were making it go side to side. So we've got to do the same thing this week. We got to whip blocks. I mean, look, Southern Utah is going to have some players. They're going to have a good, quick offensive line, a little more athletic than what we saw last week in Abilene. So it's going to take great effort on those guys' part, and really. Demetrius Charles, Golday, Darren Davenport made some big plays last week. Some of those guys, Kendarius Moore, they got to keep playing at a high level if we want to keep stopping the run.
Miller, their quarterback, we talked about the poise that you guys have gotten from Will McIlvain. It's been awesome to see this year. But 32 career starts. This is a guy that's been there, done that, and has had a lot of experience. We talked about Mitchell, their leading receiver. It's their first conference game, so I'm sure it's on their second home game, too. They're going to be very excited out there to host you guys. What do you know about their head coach? It's his second year there. 5-6 last year. About his history, his background. I know he came from maybe a lower level school before.
Yeah, he was at a D2 program, I think, in the northeast part of the country. Had success there. Was their all-time leading winningest coach there in their program history. Got the Southern Utah job, and obviously he's done a great job there in a quick, short amount of time. I saw where they had 5 wins last year. I think that was the most wins they had in that program in probably 5 or 6 years. So he's got them trending in the right direction. I have a lot of respect for him. Got to know him a little bit at the head coaches meetings. Met him a couple different times, and just a hard-nosed, old-school coach. He gets his players disciplined. They play hard, extremely hard. I think they recruit well. You mentioned all the high school talent that they have. They're going to look more like us. They're not going to be, you looked at Abilene, you over 6'5" across the board, 6'4" receivers. They're going to look more like us. They're going to look a little more lean, a little more athletic, a little more quick twitch. So it's going to be like looking in the mirror a little bit. And I would imagine they've got to recruit similar to us. I would imagine that they can't live in Utah and recruit just out of their state. I mean, we've got to do the same thing. We've got players from 18 different states, and that's just a testament to how widespread you can recruit now with technology, and I think they've done a great job of that.
They, as I mentioned, only allowed 1 sack all season, which is one of the more impressive stats I've seen from them. Defensively, they've been really stingy, only allowing 26 points a game, 2.4 yards per rush, which is top 10 in the FCS.
Great rushing defense.
Yeah.
And look, something's got to give. I mean, we're the top rushing offense as of right now in the UAC. They're the top rushing defense as of right now in the UAC. And so something has to give.
What kind of front? What do they do defensively?
They're basing a 4-down front, but they'll jump into 3-down. They're very attacking. Their linebackers are downhill. Maybe the best 2 linebackers we've faced to date, in 6 and number 22. Both very productive. Both have made a lot of tackles. Just an impressive front. Their front 7's impressive. They've got a couple ends that are twitchy, very similar. I don't want to ever put anybody in the same ballpark as D-Watt, but very similar to that twitch. So it's not going to be the same type deal. They're quick on their stunts. They move the front. To keep you honest, it's going to take discipline on our point, and then really when we get our hands on them, we got to drive them back.
Yeah, they've got 4 players with 3 tackles for loss or more, and their leader is Conor Cullimore. That's number 6 you were talking about, Coach. 26 tackles, 4.5 for loss, and he's got a sack and a half as well. All right, let's dive into our 2-minute drill, and we'll wrap things up here from walk-ons this week. Be back next week and recap this one. Hopefully, Bears get to 2-0 in conference play. We saw, I don't know if you heard, because that's all they talked about on the game yesterday. But Taylor Swift was at the Chiefs game yesterday, Coach.
Oh, wow.
Maybe you didn't know that. You were busy.
No, I did. I did see that. But
okay. I know Trey knew that because he's a big Chiefs guy. So
I thought it was a rumor.
Well, listen, they were beating the Bears so bad. That was the most interesting thing about the game.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you were going to have a celebrity at the next home game for the Bears on the Stripes, who would it be?
You already know
Brady.
the answer.
You can't have Tom Brady. Somebody else.
That's
a celebrity that's not an athlete. How about that?
Man, that's wrong. Man, celebrity that's not an athlete. Let's see here. I'm a huge fan of like a Denzel Washington, something like that.
That'd be good.
An actor that's done sports movies.
I like that. Yeah, I saw Vince Vaughn on game day. He was phenomenal. He was great on game day. He was very good with his picks. All right, you're about to go to Utah. How many states have you been in?
Man, I was thinking about that actually. I haven't been to Utah.
Yep.
I've been across the whole West Coast. I've been Washington, Oregon, California, Arizona, Montana, Idaho, so Utah. I mean, I would think around 30, 20, 28, 30 range.
I need to sit down and count it up for
myself. I need to do that. I was thinking about that today.
All right, so we're going to be at elevation. If you're going to go to the mountains, would you rather go for hiking or rafting or skiing and sledding?
Skiing and sledding. I don't want to hike.
Okay.
I like skiing.
Yeah.
But rafting. Skiing and sledding easily.
That's it? Okay.
Easily.
All right. I know a lot of people who go to the mountains in the summertime.
I don't want to work. Hiking's work.
Oh, skiing's kind of rough too.
But you're going downhill.
That's your point. What are you best at? Pool, darts, shuffleboard, or foosball?
I'm pretty good at shuffleboard.
Okay.
I got good touch.
That is true. I saw
touch.
That. All right, we're going to hold it there. That's good enough.
Yeah.
Good work. He scored in under 2 minutes. What's new?
Awesome.
All right, Coach. Well, listen, great luck this week. It's going to be a fun trip.
Can't wait.
Let's get to 2-0 in conference play, and we'll come back and recap it next week.
Yep, big week for us. Looking forward to it.
All right, thanks to Justin and Trey. That was great stuff from those guys, and we appreciate you tuning in today. Again, don't forget, we're streaming these shows as well on YouTube, the athletic department YouTube, my YouTube, and my Twitter account at JustinAcri7 if you want to watch in addition to listening. But we appreciate you tuning in to the Nathan Brown Show every Monday, walk-ons. Join you next week at 7 o'clock. Thanks to Todd Pierce back in the studio. And don't forget, game time on Saturday is at 7 o'clock Central. We'll kick things off on our end at 6 p.m. Good night, everybody.
I'm actually pretty good at all that.